If I were starting an AI implementation today, I'd make sure to address a core contradiction that most organizations still haven't acknowledged, let alone resolved. AI systems need exploration and autonomy to thrive, yet we often deny those same conditions to our human teams. That disconnect not only limits what we can achieve with AI, it also stunts our human potential. Let's change that. Modern AI, especially reinforcement learning systems, grow by trial and error. They require freedom to explore, adapt, and learn from failures. Over-controlling these systems leads to limited results and failures. Systems that don't generalize, don't evolve, and don't ultimately deliver what they need. That's why leading AI labs give their systems simulated environments where mistakes are safe and learning is fast. They don't micromanage the algorithm every move. They set boundaries, define goals, and let the system learn. Sound familiar? Because that's exactly what human teams need to do their best work. Teams flourish when given the autonomy within clear constraints. We know this from decades of workplace studies and from Agile culture itself. Whether it's a person or a machine, intelligence thrives when it can explore, reflect, and improve, guided by purpose, not dictated by process. The organizations that do AI well understand this parallel. They treat both AI systems and human collaborators as learners. They provide room for adaptation and they expect growth, not perfection on day one. And that shift from control to cultivation is what makes the difference between failure and transformation. So, if I were implementing AI today, I'd start with three foundational elements. First, I'd create outcome clarity. Define success in terms of value delivered, not task performed. Let both humans and machines experiment with how to reach those goals, as long as we're aligned on what the goals are. That's how we foster innovation without losing direction. Second, I'd establish ethical guardrails, not rigid checklists, but principles that set boundaries and protect what matters most: safety, privacy, fairness, accountability, all those things. That means defining unacceptable outcomes, monitoring for unintended consequences, and being ready to adapt. AI needs that same kind of ethical scaffolding where we're giving the teams clear values, not micromanagement. And third, I'd build collaboration from the start. Too many organizations bolt on human feedback at the end of the AI pipeline as oversight or cleanup. That's not collaboration, that's containment. Real collaboration means including human insight throughout the implementation cycle: design, testing, feedback loops, and iteration. It's not AI versus humans, it's AI with humans. We're already seeing how this plays out in the real world. For example, at Mayo Clinic, doctors use AI to analyze complex medical data, and final diagnosis is still made by a physician informed by human judgment and context. The AI offers insights, not commands. Now, contrast that with early chatbot rollouts that replaced service teams with rigid scripts. Customers got frustrated. Entire group teams, support teams were lost. The result? Lost trust and damaged brands. The same pattern repeats in warehouses, content and moderation, even hiring platforms. Whenever AI replaces instead of complements, performance suffers. That's the real risk. Not that AI won't work, but that it'll work in isolation without the human context it needs to be effective and trusted. So here's what I do instead. Start small, as always. Pick use cases where AI augments human work, like summarizing documents, generating ideas, or spotting anomalies. Let teams experiment. Give them the autonomy to explore what works and the safety to speak up when it doesn't. Measure progress by the quality of collaboration, not the accuracy or throughput that they're producing. Ask, are humans learning from the AI? Is the AI improving through human feedback? Are outcomes improving for real people? Because here's the truth: The best AI implementations aren't about maximizing automation, they're about maximizing potential, human potential, machine potential, organizational level potential. We need workplaces where both human and artificial intelligence can evolve together. That doesn't happen through control, it happens through curiosity, experimentation, and trust. So if you're starting an AI implementation today, ask yourself, are you creating the conditions where both your systems and your teams can thrive? And if you'd like to learn more about creating psychological safety in autonomous team environments, click one of these. I'd be happy to tell you all about it.